So what we understand by AWS or Azure. So only thing is what services. It's a very old information only, but lot of services added later. We'll see what to do with AWS and how to do with AWS. I don't do it. Azure also I don't do it. Why? Because of we need a credit card to show the credit card and subscribe it. For every batch, it is, if I have a continuous batches, and main target is main major part of your interview and working on AWS or Azure, anyone I can go for it. Just for sharing a knowledge or for yourself, like I don't want to go for those kind of stuff. Okay, so by adding a credit card and creating a virtual machine and accessing virtual, that practical I don't do it. But you want to see how do practically, means already I told, like here you can able to get the practical part also. Okay, or you can go through any other any other like you can get it. So like AWS training center is there. So lot of other people also giving training. Simply learn, so many people are there. Just simply learn. Okay, like one part or overview part also you can go for it. Okay, so here how many subscribers? Because there are in a public domain, we are in a private domain, so we are not in that. So whatever it is, I am going to for AWS first. Am I recording? Yes. Why it is two recorders are there? But have to close one. So I'm starting, guys. AWS is actually Amazon Web Service. So AWS actually Amazon started to sell the books online. Later it is become a online e-commerce website for everything. And also Amazon started a web services like a GoDaddy kind of web hosting services, and they move apart to AWS to cloud services. Cloud services are very old one. Lot of people are providing cloud services. Okay, not only AWS but so many people. Okay. AWS, Microsoft uh, cloud services, Azure, IBM also providing cloud services. Oracle is also providing cloud services. Google providing cloud services. Digital Ocean, Digital Ocean cloud services. You can see Digital Ocean, Digital Ocean also providing cloud services. See, these are all cloud services related one only. Digital Ocean, Rackspace. Rackspace is also providing control-S data centers. Control-S and Rackspace Rackspace also providing cloud services. Okay, Google is also providing Google Cloud. Google Cloud Platform. GCP is also providing cloud service providers. Okay, free cloud service providers also there. So you can show credit card or you can just pay. No need to pay anything. Just you can pay and use it. No need to pay and using kind of stuff. People are also available. And if you go to the Google platform, and you can, if you create an account, if you create an account in and show your credit card, you will get a $300 into $300, sorry, $300 credited to your account. Using that one you can purchase anything, but 1 month only available, 1 month only available. Okay, of course Azure and AWS also providing that kind of uh, things also. Okay, Okay, these are all different cloud service provider: Azure, AWS. No, no, no. This is not. They are giving all other information. So you can type cloud service providers. Okay, HostGare, IBM providing cloud services. Of course, you have to check it. It's a private cloud or a public cloud also. Rackspace. GoDaddy is for a web related only. So version cloud, VMware, private cloud, Oracle, public cloud. One and one I don't know. So digital version, Red Hat. Okay, you can find a list of cloud service provider. But out of all service cloud providers, more highlighted person is AWS, and second higher competition in a cloud services provider are AWS and Azure only. So we'll see the why it is more powerful in others. Okay, why more thing is one important is uh, of course what are their infrastructure and all. Once they get a popular and more people will go for it, higher in a an infrastructure, larger area infrastructure is there. So you can see AWS site. If you go to the AWS site, very simple to learn is AWS site. Go to AWS site only. Okay, lot of services there are providing. Some services are free for 1 month. Some services are 12 months. Some are lifetime free. Always free services. 12 months free services. Trial services also there. 1 month of free services also available. Earlier these services for 1 month only. Now it is become a 12-month services. Okay. Next one is different kind of services they are providing. Not only compute services like a what virtual machine services and infrastructure services. Also they will provide other kind of stuff also. Okay. Why it is not showing refreshment kind of stuff. Okay, you can go to the products, and these are all products. You can future products are there like Amazon EC2. Okay, storage services S3, Aurora, DynamoDB, RDS, Lambda, VPC, Lightsail, uh, the SageMaker, analysis related one, application integrity related one, compute related one, business application related, blockchain, blockchain, container virtualizations, okay, Kubernetes or Docker related things, database, developer tools, okay, end user computing, front end web and mobile implementation and services, game tech, okay, gaming related, Internet of Things, machine learning, management and governance, media services, migration and transfer, network and content delivery, quantum technologies, quantum solutions lab, okay, robotics, satellite, security and identity compliance, serverless storage, VR, virtual reality related. These are so many products are there in a uh, AWS. Use cases, if you want to study use cases industry organization wise, so how AWS is there. Next one is pricing. Different pricing is available. Free tiers available in AWS. Price calculator, so how much you are utilizing, how much you are going to pay. There is no hidden cost in a AWS. You have to check all the cost, directly calculate and utilize the resources is. Okay, so you want to go for learn about pricing means, also we can go optimize your costing, also we can get it. This is a documentation learning. You want to learn AWS, so you need to pay for any institute or organizations. Directly you can learn freely from AWS. Of course, Amazon also we can, sorry, Azure also we can learn it, and also we can learn from AWS. So if you want to learn anything, certifications, training, like that, so you can learn from it. Introduction to AWS, global infrastructure, China gateway, like this. So I'm going to AWS training. Okay, training and certification. Prepare for a certification and get started. So just you have to log in with your Amazon account. You have your Amazon account, or you can create your new account also. Digital training, classroom training events. You can go for a digital training also. Role based training means based on what your role. Are you an administrator, are you a cloud practitioner, or a cloud data analysis kind of people, or a machine learning kind of stuff, like explore that on digital training, free AWS training, and digital training on a partner site. So browse the training, it is there, like a practitioner essential, security fundamentals, job role in a cloud. So these are all you can learn one by one. Okay, fundamentals, like, so it will ask you your ID. So sign in is required for that one. Okay, so you have to go to what is the site, what are the subjects included, what are the prerequisites to understand. Okay, so what are the modules available. Okay, you want to continue this learning, just you need a sign in. So you don't require what is that, you need to pay or you need to show any credit card for that one. That is one of the advantages. Understand, guys? So lot of things are available, but just we are ignoring, and we are one mind about that one. So that's the thing. So like that. Okay, next go to the AWS main site. So different solutions for different organizations also giving. Okay, these are the products of AWS. You can see AWS products. Okay, so each one also you can see like analysis, what kind of products, application integration, what kind of products, like that you can see. AWS support hybrid cloud. Okay, so cloud and VMware, and we can put a cloud and AWS. We can go for a hybrid cloud, private cloud and public cloud. VMware provide a private cloud only, no public cloud, but AWS providing public cloud. Okay. So powering customer innovation, that is a different thing. Okay, we go. Partners of AWS, different type of customers are there. Like these are all customers, including Netflix, GE, Philips, Kellogg's. So this is important map. So this is I'm searching the map. AWS having a large number of data centers in an entire world. So if you see, this is a uh, Oregon, Northern California. Okay, another one Dakota something is there. Okay, so US West. Here also availability zones 3. Okay, so you can see Canada Central available zones 3. This is North America side. Okay, so bottom of Brazil kind of stuff. Sao Paulo, Ireland. This is about to come in Spain. Spain, it is London. 3 zones are there. Europe. So where is Sweden? I think this is Sweden. Okay, Frankfurt, Britain, Milan, Paris, France. This is Bahrain, South Africa, Cape Town, Mumbai, Hyderabad, coming soon. So this is something in China. Okay, here it is Hong Kong, Singapore, Jakarta, Osaka, Tokyo. So Japan has 2 data centers. Japan has 2 data centers. Australia. Okay. So reasons and coming soon. Understand? Okay. So I click on something. Okay. So there explore kind of stuff. 25 launched regions are there for their data centers. It means the data center are very near to you. So what is the advantage of thing? So faster you can able to communicate and deploy the machines in globally. So that is the one thing. Analysis report, AWS training, this is a next level. Okay, understand the mapping. So larger number of data centers in a all over the world. Okay, so that is one point here we can able to understand. So next, what are the services provided by AWS? Already I showed what are the products are there. How to divide these products into a simple manner and easy manner we can see. So we'll go through that point. Mhm. One second. I already instead of writing again and again. So here different things are there in AWS to understand. Okay, last batch I explained only AWS. Okay, so different domains are there, means different parts: compute, storage, databases, migrations, network and content delivery, management tools, security, identity, compliance, and messaging. These are the domains in the AWS. Of course, the video what I try to show you, that is also very it is a 2017, but now we have a lot of services inside. But each one what is it is, and we can how to see that kind of stuff, we'll see this. These are the domains, these regions. These are the domains in AWS: compute, migrate, security and identity, compliance, storage, network and delivery, content, messaging, management tools, and databases. So each one we'll see, we'll understand like what is the compute. Compute means like creating a virtual machine and their related kind of stuff. So in a compute we have AWS EC2, Lambda, Elastic Beanstalk, load balancer, auto scaling. These are the major services in the compute. You can go to one by one also. Like so, in a compute, what you are getting: EC2, EC2 auto scaling, Lambda, Lightsail, Snow Family, Beanstalk, Batch, Outpost, Wavelength, serverless application repository. Okay, AWS and so VMware and AWS. These are in a compute. Okay, where I listed here. So what are there in a compute? I put it here like this. What is this EC2? If you want to create a virtual machine, then we use a EC2. So this is a EC2 to run like what is the EC2, what is virtual machine, and what you do. It is this. So then I will go to the products. Okay, okay, no, 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 not this one. Just the products. AWS. The free one is there, no? So that is free tier. Free tier is important, so to understand. Then marketplace, events, and okay. So it is okay. So start with a free tier. We will understand more in free tier only. So EC2 is a virtual machine, and you are getting a free tier of this one. So different hardware we can able to get it. So okay, EC2, that is to create a virtual machine, that we go to the EC2. Okay, where is this? Why I forget. Very good. Okay. So it is resizable compute capacity. Lambda do background task. Like if you run a virtual machine or applications, the background task will be background services running and each application running. So that is called Lambda. So it is not direct service. Like so when you're running a application in your um, cloud, so then their background calculation will be take care of that Lambda. Next one is Elastic Beanstalk. First understand Elastic Beanstalk is a hosted application in different environment. What is a hosted application in a different environment? If you want to build an application, now how to build an application? You have to create a virtual machine, means easy to create a virtual machine, and inside you have to install the applications. Inside you have to install the application requirement, and you can create a web application like that application. You can build it, right? But without creating a virtual machine directly, you can start your building an application without worrying about the virtual machine limitations and all. Directly you can able to create your own application. To create an application means like a example, best example is web application. What are the resources required? What are the things required for a web application? Storage is required, database is required, php, html, those required services directly given in this one. If you go to the Elastic Beanstalk, and what are the requirements for you, so then you again you can able to calculate on it. Okay, like a storage. So there is these things are individually access point, but when you want to go for a developers like that, so you can directly start create and work with the thing. Okay, Beanstalk. Okay, so we'll go to the thing. Elastic Container Registry, Load Balancer. Maybe that is change it to Lightsail, I think. The name is change it to Lightsail. Elastic Beanstalk, Lightsail. So like, so directly how much compute and storage you require. You don't need to worry about what the server you are taking. Directly can start build your applications. And this is, if you see here, it is compute service run your code, response events, and automatically manage the compute resources. Okay, next one. Okay, so that is the one. So directly you can start building the application without worrying about infrastructure requirements. But if you are keep on utilizing your infrastructure usage, you will have to pay for that one. Next, Elastic Load Balancer. For example, more traffic is increased on your application or your server, means your virtual machine server, or maybe your applications running. So more traffic increase to access your machine, then what happen? So this is load balancer. Oh, okay, okay. Before load balancer we'll go to auto scaling. What is auto scaling means? I will remove this one. What is auto scaling means? Think like in a virtually think. Okay, so initially this is entirely your virtual machine or your application is running. Initially only 10% of access from the public people are accessing this, but only load is 10%. Now the load increases to 30%, and load increases to a 50% or 60% and 70% or finally 80%. So what happen if load increases on the server or an application? So it is become slow, right? It is become slow. What is this auto scaling? What I put it, if load increases at 60, create another machine automatically. But that is called auto scaling. If load increases, more public is accessing my website is become more popular. Okay. Example is the best example is um, Flipkart flash sales. Flipkart flash sales are there, no? Like they launch a mobile phone. Within a 15 minutes, mobile phones, everything, log in, log out, everything will complete it, right? So within a second, within a first 1 minute or less than 1 minute, lot of load increases. Okay, so lot of load increases on the website, so the server cannot handle that much of load. So what it will do, automatically it will deploy multiple virtual machines or a multiple access kind of stuff. Multiple machines are deployed, very simple, we can say multiple virtual machines will be deployed automatically. Multiple virtual machines are deployed automatically in a cloud environment. Okay, multiple virtual machines are deployed. Next, what is this? Elastic load balancer. What is this? Elastic load balancer means when you do auto scaling, means when load increases, to balance the load you increase the number of virtual machines. So what? So what? So this elastic load balancer balance the load, okay, distribute the load among these virtual machines. So now this load will be decrease on the each individual one. Understand? Alas, auto scaling means if load increases on your virtual machine, automatically it scaling means adding a more virtual machine, similar virtual machines automatically, so to balance the load on the individual machines. It do load balancer. It means the 60%, 70% load increases, it drop down to the machine like a 30%, 40%, like that only. So each is carrying a 30%, for example, 30%. Now it is enough, so 90% is covered here only. I have four like, so 25 to 30%. Each load will vary different, like for auto scaling. To balance it, 3 is enough, for example, 2 is enough, maybe 10 is required. More load increasing, load increasing means more virtual machines deployed automatically in a cloud environment. That is the main advantage of cloud. Second one is load balancing between these virtual machines, balance the load. So then more burden will be less burden on individual virtual machines. Individual machines has less burden. Okay, and customer won't get a slow loading kind of stuff. It's faster, he can able to do it. Okay, if you sometimes like user requested for accessing, means web page access required, product connectivity, product purchase, payment, these many things you have to do, right? So if you are doing these many things, one server cannot maybe handle entire traffic. Means lot of users are connected, thousands or lakhs of people are connected at a time, means more burden on this one. So to reduce the burden, it do auto scaling. It will scale the machines according to the load. It will calculate the load and it create a multiple machines and balance the load using elastic load balancer. Auto scaling is a main property of your cloud computing. That's why I written like this. Next, one more is, now load is reduced. Flash sale is completed. Flash sale is completed. Load is reduced. Now what I do? I reduce the virtual machines and balance among it. For example, load came to 10%. Entire load is 10% only. Now what I do? I remove all these things. Only 10%. I don't require a extra. It means auto scaling means adding as well as removing of the virtual machines which is not required. That is why it is called as elastic. What is elastic? Girls, boys, what is elastic? If need, it will be stretchable, and also it can be compressed. That is called elastic, right? Elastic, like I want to pack with one elastic band, so I can stretch it and I put it. When space is less, then it is compressed into less space, and also it is increase its space based on requirement. Same thing is elastic cloud computing too, like that it is. EC2 means Elastic Cloud 2. Okay, like that. Elastic Beanstalk. Elastic Beanstalk means application. We concentrate on application development, application running an application. So forget about infrastructure. Keep on increasing infrastructure as per requirement, not occupy everything what you have. Okay, so like that. Auto scaling, scale the machines as per the to balance the load. Load increases, scale out, add a multiple virtual machines. Load decreases, scale in means reduce the virtual machines. You can read this elasticity and scaling. You will understand by this example. Okay, so that is in a compute. Next one is, so migration snowball thing is there. So that one also I will try to show you. Next is a migration is it means migration means you have a data center, you have a data center earlier. Now the data center become older, no longer you are not repairing and using the big data center. This data center, and this is the cloud, so I will put a cloud as a big zero, like what. This is my AWS cloud, this is my data center. Now it is no longer we are using, or maybe I want to add up my cloud, my data center thing into cloud also. Both I will maintain, or maybe I will maintain a cloud only. Now I want to migrate from my data center to cloud. Okay, AWS cloud, I want to migrate. What are the here data services, machines and everything is there. Entirely I want to migrate it to cloud, or some part you want to cloud. So we can migrate directly. So you have to tell, I want to migrate my data center to AWS. So AWS through portal you can directly migrate, means entire data is transmitting to the cloud. How it will transmit it? Through internet and network only. Direct internet is there, no? So you can tell, so I will copy paste. But problem is, if you have a small data center, if you have a small data center, for example 40 terabytes of data. Okay, total data is 40 terabytes or 20 terabytes or 100 terabytes. Okay, it will take time, but we can able to migrate it. But data center don't have terabytes of data. Data center having a petabytes of data, zettabytes of data, terabyte of data, like that. Data is starting range instantly. Any reputed organization, medium scale to high scale organizations, has a data of higher data is there, petabytes of data, zettabytes of data, lot of big data is there. That much of data, if you want to migrate it, it is very difficult to transmit over the internet, right? So what they will use it, that is called migration. So if you have more data, very big data is there, it is very difficult to transmit. So I done completed this one. Not now. I'll go migration. Okay, so what they use a thing as a snowball. They use things like a snowball kind of technology. It is nothing but, it is a big van. It is nothing but a big data center van, truck is there. So they will bring truck to your company. They'll send a truck to your company. It contains all storage thing. You have to connect your data center to that one. Data will be transferred in offline, not through network, directly from your data center to the truck. You have to load it. You want to bring your purse, or you want to send your book, or you want to send a document. You want to send a document, what you do, you go to courier center, give the document, put it in a one cover and send it. You want to send a book, you put it in a cover and send it. Yeah, there is a parcel is there, some items are there. Okay, you can put it in a box, seal it, send through the courier, right? No problem. But you want to transfer your home from one place to another place, can you send through the normal courier, or you pack your refrigerator, your household items, clothes, and everything you are packing and send through the courier, the bill will be very dangerous. It's when we will reach also we don't know. So the physically truck will come, you load everything and transfer the data. Same thing, the data center truck will become, you have to load the data, transfer the data into a physical device, and then it is bring to the nearest AWS data center. So they will copy back, copy into there and paste into the new data center. Like that is a called a new snowball. Next is that security. What is this security? Two security important. One is a user management. I'm an admin of AWS. Like I purchase my company took a AWS some infrastructure or something. Also for users or maybe for admins to create a virtual machines, okay, to create a virtual machine and all. So we need a authentication system, so that is multi-factor authentication is also there. Like I'm an admin, I will create a user accounts based on roles and all. I'll create an accounts for accessing it. Another type of authentication is when you access the resources from your physical machine, you need a key, means a encrypted key how to download, then only we can able to connect your remote infrastructure. So to manage user accounts and resource access management, so you need a authentication. One is IAM, another one is KAM. So KMS is involved in encrypted keys to access the source resources in a cloud for user. IAM managing users. That's it. Next is a storage. Storage is a very beautiful one. So in a storage we have a S3 type of storage. It is called a object based file system. Object file based file system. Naming is little bit tricky to understand in a storages. In storage we have a S3. Okay, S3 storage means it is like a folder storage only. Like how you store a data in the folder, same thing is there. You're storing a data in the folders, right? We are storing a data in the folder. Same thing, we are storing a data in file-wise storage. File storage, we can put it in a S3. So here in AWS, the S3 we call it as a bucket. Okay, so we created a folder. Means you have to tell this is your bucket. In S3 you are creating a bucket. In bucket you are creating actually the files and folders you have to put it. Okay, so you have to put a bucket name, something bucket name, this S3 name you have to put it inside. You can put a data. Okay, this is object file storage, bucket storage. How to do all these things? There is a one practical he done, two practicals he done. So you can, sorry, EBS. EBS is a block level storage. What is a block level storage? Fuzzy type block level storage. This is my virtual machine and I want a storage attachment for that one. So I'll go to EBS and tell I want a 100 GB disk. I want it. I want a 100 GB disk. I want 100 GB disk. Attach it to a my virtual machine. So this virtual machine will attach it to 100 GB disk. That's it. EBS provide block level storage, means 100 GB hard disk, 200 GB hard disk, 1 terabyte of hard disk or SSD. So which is attached to your virtual machines, and it is only attached to one virtual machine only. You cannot attach this thing to another virtual machine. Okay, if you have another virtual machine, then you cannot attach it. So only one virtual machine we can attach. We can attach it to this machine only, not attach it to this machine. We can't able to it. So one disk EBS we can attach it to one single machine only, not attach it to multiple machines. If you want another one, means you have to take another one. That's it. That is EBS. Glacier. Glacier. What is this glacier? Glacier. Okay, what is this Glacier means? When you want to take a backup of your data or virtual machines or virtual machine data, you want to take a backup. So you have a data in your virtual machine or elastic beanstalk or databases. Okay, or in databases or bean elastic beanstalk. Okay, you want to back up this data into a something, right? So normally you can take a backup in cloud storages and all. You can take a backup, but what is the cheapest backup to is what is this? Dat is a low cost backup storage devices. Like you are telling your cloud, please take my data backup into dat. So that we call it as a Glacier. Glacier means taking a backup and storing a backup in that device is a Glacier. So if you back up like that, what is the advantage? Lower cost in a compared to normal backup. If you don't back up, maybe you lost the data anytime, you deleted data accidentally, you won't get it back. You won't get it back. So you want to store in the DAT, that is called a Glacier. Next one is storage gateway. Connect your on-premises IT environment and AWS storage infrastructure. So you want to storage like already I told snowball kind of stuff. Same thing I'm telling. Okay, so you have your own data center or a server. You want to store this data here to here. So it will provide a gateway to store. So through that one you can integrate the data of your local data to your cloud storage space you want to integrate. So you want to integrate the data from here to here, so you can they will provide a gateway, that is called a storage gateway. You can go through this again later. Okay, next part is a networking. Okay, next part is a networking. So virtual private cloud enable to launch AWS resources in a virtual network. Okay, so like you are having your own infrastructure or you are working in your organization. Normally as a normal single user not required this much, but you are an organization and this is a cloud organization. Your people are having an employees, you have your own employees are working. Now they want to work from anywhere, or a dedicated connection or private connection feeling is required. They are connecting in a public network only, they are connecting through the public network only, but they want a virtual connections also they want it. So what they will do, VPC means just like a VPN, we use a VPC to make a private connection to cloud, make a private connection through public only. So make a private connection or a virtual network in a public, so we are connecting just like a VPN. VPC is like a VPN. Next is a direct connect. What is this direct connect? Of course, VPN. After VPN, Microsoft launched Direct. Okay. So what is this direct connection? So it's the same as VPN connection only. Gives you dedicated connection to AWS infrastructure. So you have your data center and employees are working in your organization, and directly you need a dedicated connection like a leased lines, just like a leased line kind of stuff. You want it, then also it will provide a leased line infrastructure. So then no other people are attracting in same line. That is called a direct connect. VPC is like a VPN. It's a virtual private network. Um, Direct connect is like a leased line. So direct connections means it's not direct wire is not connected, but channel is it's a completely private channel only. So complete one direction only. Okay. Next is a route 3. What is a route 3? Route 3 53 port number for DNS. Okay. So route 53 is include is a cloud DNS web services. It's a, if you want a DNS service in the cloud, So for like you have multiple virtual machines services, web services are running, or maybe you purchase a website, and you add a website to your cloud. So then also we can you want a IP to name conversations in the cloud infrastructure or in a public. Okay, so we can use service called a route 53. Route 53 means DNS. Okay, CloudFront is a service called a content delivery network. CloudFront is somewhere I've written, it is got changed. This is databases networking. Yeah, here in a storage and content network, I use it. But where is the networking thing? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so the CloudFront comes under networking or a storage, whatever it is. What is this CloudFront? Okay, so depends upon a user location. Depends upon user location. For example, I am in a Pune. Now I want to access. I created some services and all. Okay, in my cloud. So where I created in Mumbai. Mumbai is the nearest data center for me. So I created a web application and storage. Everything is there in a Mumbai data center only. Now my client is in uh, US. Okay, so maybe he's in a California, or maybe he's in a New Jersey or San Jose. He's in a different location. He's trying to access the my application. What happened? This CloudFront will create a cache into that data center. So the user don't feel delay in access. User, so where the user is sitting, there the application data start presenting. So it create a cache there, and it's let user access faster based on user location. So that is called like CloudFront. Okay, for example, I am in Pune. Here is my server. I'm accessing from Hyderabad. Think in India only. Okay, for example, I have some cache server is there. This data is also available in Hyderabad. I think if near the server, faster you can able to access, right? So this CloudFront also provide a service, data services, which is make it near to the client, so like that. That is called a CloudFront. Next one is a databases. Next one is a databases. We'll see. Okay, so Amazon is providing a different database kind of stuff. The important database is RDS. What is this RDS? So you can go to databases. This is RDS. What is this RDS? Just go to the RDS. You'll get a different type of databases like MySQL, PostgreSQL, MariaDB, Oracle BYO, like Oracle database, of course, and SQL servers also it is providing. What RDS providing? So if you want MySQL database in Amazon, then RDS MySQL. Okay, PostgreSQL, MariaDB if you want, Oracle SQL or something is name change, but SQL server, because SQL Oracle SQL taken by Oracle, no? So that's why they changed to something. So you have to search for that one. Next, of course, here I written here also. Uh, no problem. Amazon Aurora. So Amazon Aurora is also comes under RDS. What is RDS? What is RDBMS?
Relational database.
Very good. Relational database management, right? So this same thing. RDS means relational data service or a server. So it is giving all this kind of stuff. Aurora also comes under RDS only. RDBMS type of database. RDS means RDBMS type of databases it is providing. Relational database management, structured query languages based is only. Aurora is also a database. It is like a MySQL only. Aurora is nothing but a MySQL, but five time faster than MySQL. Okay, it is a five times faster than MySQL. That's it. So RDS MySQL. DynamoDB. What is a DynamoDB? What is DynamoDB? No SQL type. No SQL. SQL, non-SQL, non-relational database management. DynamoDB. It means no SQL type of databases. Like where we use non-SQL data science people, machine learning, AI people use no SQL type of database kind of non-relational database management. Non-relational database management comes under DynamoDB. So that is provided by DynamoDB. Next one is Elastic Cache. What is Elastic Cache? Elastic Cache means I'm doing queries. I think you are all completed Oracle SQL, right? You are doing a queries, right? So already we done query. So whenever you put a query, the query will taken by SQL language, okay, understand and search in a database and produce the result on the screen. Here keep on doing same queries multiple times. What happen, the cache is already has the data, it catches and gives the result directly. Instead of searching again into the databases, it give you result directly until unless data is changes. If no data is changes, just you are accessing the data, it means it produce the data, it display the data directly without querying much into the database. Just cache will deliver that one. That is called a elastic cache. Redshift is a warehousing tool, data warehousing tool. I separated it, but actually data warehouse or housing, data warehousing is there na, warehouse type only. So data warehousing means whatever the data stores, whatever the data is stored in your data in databases, we can take the database and we can analyze the database. If you don't have an idea of data warehousing, simply I will tell analyzing the data. Redshift use it to analyze the data. It is a kind of data warehousing tool. Lot of different data warehousing tools are there. Okay, like Redshift, Microsoft Azure, BigQuery, Snowflake, Micro Focus, Teradata. It is giving whatever it is into that one. No, not like that. No, not like this. This is not a data warehousing. Yeah, not analysis tools. It's a data warehousing tools, but so this is Oracle data integrator is that one. That is ETL tools. Guru 99 is one of the very good site for preparation for interviews and all. So this is a data warehousing tools like Oracle also providing data warehousing, of course. SAS is a analysis tool. SAP is also in SAP analysis tools are there. Oracle, OBIE, OBIE, ODI, OBI, BI, Business Intelligence, MSBI, Power BI, MSBI, Power BI, Oracle BI, Oracle things, Tableau. These are all analysis tools only. So this is a data warehousing tools. It will extract the data and create data for analysis purposes and reporting generation. That is called a Redshift. Redshift is a data warehousing tools. Next is a management tools like CloudWatch, CloudFormation, CloudTrail, CLI. ops work, trusted advisors. CloudWatch is all-in-one cloud monitoring. Like, so I want to see how my virtual machines are running, how many virtual machines are there, what is the load on it, how my applications are accessing, how many applications are created, what are the communication happen, how much bill it is we are expecting, like that. So we can watch our cloud. I'm a user of the cloud, and also I can watch my cloud related things. Okay, next. Cloud formation help create and manage a collection of related AWS resources. What are the other resources available, and how to connect it, how to manage those things will be in a cloud formation. Okay. Cloudtail is a logging services from AWS. Okay. Login services like who log in, which user log in my organization, how many are login. Okay, what they are doing, like login services, user successfully login or not. CLI is we can manage AWS with a GUI like a web browser. We can log in. Also, AWS CLI is a tool. Connect to your AWS using that tool and give the commands to managing, monitoring, or doing like this. OpsWork is a configuration management tool. So, like how many services running, accessing, any changes occur. So, adding those changes here, information about change occurs. Trusted advisors. So, asking cloud for an expert opinion. Okay, like that. Next is a messaging. Messaging is like a email services in organization. Like you can do email services, simple email service, cost effective email service in the cloud. Okay, email services, uh, SQN, queue message, queuing services in cloud, like based on request of which request is came first, and accessing, giving the access to cloud. Okay, SNS, simple notification services. Simple notification service is a simple and a cost effective push messaging services. It means any changes occur or any alert is generated, simply it will generate a notification. So you can go for notification and you can get it. Okay. Next one is important is pricing. Already I showed pricing earlier. So here it is pay as you go type means if you utilize resources, how much you are utilizing, so based on that you have to pay. The more utilization, less pay only. You know, uh, if you go Hyderabad, I don't know other cities in this case. Okay, if you are in a Hyderabad kind of cities, okay, lot of Xerox copies are there. Xerox. And so what they will do, one paper 1 rupee, for example, one paper front side, one side it is 1 rupee, two side it is 75 pice. It means if you take a Xerox, 1 plus 1 means single paper, one side and another side also you taken, it is a 75 rupees. And you pay 70, sorry, 75 paise. Then you pay 75 paise. They said what you are paying, it is 1 rupee 50 paise. How it is? Because it's single paper. One side you are taking, that is a 1 rupee. Other side also you are taking, you have to pay for that one. Means both side combinedly 1.75, it is 1.5. So like that, more you utilize, lesser you can pay, but cost relatively less. And another example I want to tell, in a Xerox copies only, he said 100 uh, 50 pies per page, 50 pies per page. So then I went to that one, I given a 150 pages. Okay, given almost like a 60 page, 120 pages or something, 120 or 110 pages only. Then he taken a almost like a 105 rupees, 105 or 1 like that only. I asked like why you are taking, it is 50 pies, it is, yeah, it's around 50 or 60 rupees only. He asked that first 100 pages as the same cost, if you cross 100 pages then remaining will get a lesser price. So like that, we have to understand correctly what price you are pricing. So then we have to calculate from here. So you have to go to the pricing window, so learn about pricing or price calculator. So what is it? Pay as you go, save when you reserve, pay less by using more. So like that, these three things are there. Again, I'm going to pricing, I'm going to price calculator. So this is a price calculator. So Azure I showed price calculator, right? So here also, what is a pipe letter getting started eliminated, but no login, nothing, right? So create estimate. Okay, create estimate. mm, CloudWatch, Cognito, Comprehend, EC2 configure. So I want to estimate the cost, and it depends upon your data center location also. It depends upon data center location. Where is India? Mumbai. Change region. Based on region also it can be estimation cost. Operating system Linux is showing here. Okay, leave for Linux now. CPUs are 4. No, I don't want 4. Okay, 4. Memory is 16. You want a additional requirement, so then you can add a requirement. Something is added. ECUs, that is background kind of stuff. See, instant saving plan, on demand instance, one, no upfront, all upfront, something is there. So SSD, how much SSD want? I want cold SD 30 GB amount, or I will take something more, 100 GB hard disk. So calculations. So I have to pay this amount for this one. Block storage is storing like this. This is block storage, elastic block storage, EBS, EBS. Otherwise, no, I don't want. Then it will reduce automatically. Okay. If you want block storage, then you can buy. Otherwise, you can go 30 GB as earlier. We need a storage also, right? So 30 GB is like that. Okay. 1 year reservation term is 1 year. On demand instant means, so calculations, and on demand you will increase like this. Okay. Price. See the price. Saving plan 1 year reduce. 3 years reduce. Okay, compulsory you have to use 3 years. Monthly you have to pay monthly. They are calculating per hours per 3 years. Okay, so this is I think total cost, monthly cost, right? Monthly you have to pay like this, but compulsory 3 years. Payment option, no upfront, all upfront. All upfront means, so you are paying initially. You are paying initially. Directly you are paying. Upfront means paying directly. No upfront means you are paying per month. Per month. So you have to calculate for 3 years like that. Compute saving like this, 1 year, all upfront. So you only compute saving plan, standard reservation instance, convertible reservation like that. So it says we have to calculate how much you can you're using it. Okay. One is a pay as you go. Pay as you go means on demand type. On demand type, like I'm using this month, I pay. Next month, I will pay. Third month, I don't want to use it, I will disconnect it, I deleted it. No need to pay. Okay, no need to pay. So as long as you are using, so you have to pay. Just like a rental type, monthly rental type. Now I given an agreement to my owner. 3 years I won't vacate. 3 years I don't vacate. Tell me your price. Maybe he will give little bit lesser than per month. Like so, guarantee you are using services, right? Like that. Save when you reserve. pay less using more. So these three things are there in AWS. Okay, so pricing is almost we can get it. So if you don't reserve for 1 year, it increases price. If you don't, so I will go to the price calculation. Same thing only. On demand, on demand, upfront, no upfront kind of stuff. Monthly cost is like this. Okay, if I said instant saving, I use it for 1 year. I use it for 1 year. So I will put a no upfront only. Every month I have to pay this amount only. So, but 1 year, your project is completed within 3 months. Which is a better one? On demand, pay as you go. Your project is more than 1 year, 1 year or more than 1 year. This is the better plan. You are paying very less for 1 year. Are paying okay. Your project is more than 1 year and almost 3 to more than 3 years, near to the 3 years. Better to reserve for 3 years. If you have, if you know you're going with a project with a 3 years, no, which is very less, but you have to pay for next 3 years. Okay, you can't drop mid in middle. But on demand, anytime you can drop. You said like, no, I don't want to use it. When I want to delete, I will delete it. Like you want to create a just for learning, you created a virtual machine. Just for a learning, you created a virtual machine. Which one is best one? On demand is the best one because you are learning. You delete in after you are utilizing, right? So like that only. So this is a pricing part. Okay, free. There is a free tires also available, so you can use a free tires kind of stuff. Here, I went to class. Already I showed the free tire. So go with the free tire kind of stuff. Okay. Okay. Go with the free tires. You will get a for practice. You don't need to pay anything. Just you have to show the credit card. And some are 12 months free. Some are always free. Some are always free. Some are 12 months free. Some are trials. You can go like this. Okay. 12 months free. These are at 12 months free. But there is a limitation. If you cross the limitation, like 750 hours, 750 hours. Okay, so it means if you calculate 70 50 hours, means how many days? 6 o'clock effect. Oh, 6:30 effect. Huh? 750 hours divided by 24 hours. 31 days. 31 days. This will be over. So what you have to do? You have to use 2 hours per day. You have to use 2 hours per day. So what happen? If you are using 1 hour per day, it wastes 2 hours per day means divided by 2. How much is divided by 2? 350 plus 25, 375 days at least, right? 2 hours, 3 hours use. So with the validity of that one, you can get it. 5 GB storage, like you can store up to 5 GB. And RDS, you can create a database things in up to validity is this. And also not a powerful machine. It will give you T2 micro, T3 micro, this kind of instance only. What is this instance also? Check it. What is this micro? So how much each T2, T3 is like each instant having a CPU, RAM, and all limitations are there. So you have to go for a RAM. See, you can see now it is there. T3 micro means two CPUs, 1 GB RAM, like that. Okay. T3 small, T3 medium, T3 large, T3 X large, T3 large. See the number of CPUs and the number of memory. This is called a hardware profile. Hardware profile means that one. And for storage also, it is like that only. for storage, like this is 5 GB, like that it will be there. Okay, for everything has a their own limitations. Always free. DynamoDB up to 25 GB. SNS. What is SNS? Messaging notification system. Lambda, CloudWatch, CHIM, also unified communication something. Cognito, MES classification productive data. Storage, backup, SES. You can see also featured and also trials. These are the trials, free trials. Okay, free trial for 30 days. Free trial once this completed, automatically trial will be there. App stream, like so many are there. So you have to go one by one. You have to check it. Okay, so you can see 12 months free, 1 year free. You see 12 months free, always free. Trial versions also there. Okay, so these are the things about your RDS, AWS. As this is they change the new one. Stops availability. Why we should learn this kind of stuff if they are given. So my point is, learning is enough. How we will get it later. So when you have a free after your training and interviews completed, then go once again internally. At least select go with go with only one. Um, go with one anything AWS or Azure only. Okay, website queuing messages. This is entirely architecture. Okay, so you can see the practical how they will do it also. He's doing a practical like he is creating try to create a virtual machine. He's creating SNS. Actually, is creating a year management console. Okay, creating a bucket. So you can see how to create it also. That's why I shared this one. They change the video. Okay, last time what I watched that is different one. So they change the video. Now how to access and how to add it, how to all these things you will get it. Okay, guys. This is about completely AWS. Okay, and also read these two statements. Already I shared one. Okay, that's it. That's it.